Like how a lot of people threw off cliff necklaces on that. It was a little wrist.
What? Good morning. Man, yesterday was crazy. It was an amazingly, like, epic crazy day.
It was so epically crazy!
We tried to go up Black Bear Pass and, like, pretty much just got shut down at the summit. Then, like, after lunch, the day cleared up and it was freezing. The temperatures just dropped, but we were able to go up Imogene, which was amazing. Didn't have the time to go down the backside. Could have spent the time, but we didn't want to be like an hour away over in Telluride. This is slightly precarious. And today is our last day in Ouray. And it's not really a full day, it's more like a half day.
Oh yeah.
Or maybe like a few hours. What's going on here? Is it impassable, or are you guys just messing around?
Well, we're trying to improve the rate.
Oh, okay. Can I go?
I don't have the flex.
Oh, okay. Can I go through?
Sure.
Sorry?
Yeah, knock yourself
Or at least
out.
try, right?
Yeah.
All right, we'll see ya. I don't know if it was just washed out. I don't really know. I didn't get out and take a look because there was like spectators, but apparently they were just trying to improve the grade a little bit so they could get through, building up the trail with some rocks. It's interesting. I've played around with ATRAC more on this trip than I had on previous trips, and like back there, you know, I could have just used the locker.
Toot toot chugga chugga.
But I had ATRAC on. Had the ATRAC,
The red car.
and it just kind of, you know, I don't want to say powered through it because I didn't gas it. It just kind of, the trick is you just want to give it just enough gas to get the traction control to kind of engage, and then you just want to kind of just keep it steady. Actually, what I learned from Overland Expo West last year was that most people don't use ATRAC or other traction control systems correctly. Instinctively, we tend to take our foot off the gas when we feel traction control engage. However, this is a mistake. Traction control systems can't do their job without power going to the wheels. Instead, in order to properly take advantage of the technology that modern traction control systems provide, like ATRAC for example, you need to continue to feed the drivetrain some, the keyword is some, power in a controlled, moderate way. Just powering through, giving a healthy amount of throttle is not always the solution. Although it may seem fun, it won't likely get you through the obstacle effectively, and you may cause more damage to the terrain. The most effective way to capitalize on what the traction control system has to offer is to treat the gas pedal with less hammer and more finesse. Start by maintaining the throttle at around 1100 RPMs, increasing in 100 RPM increments slowly until the system can gain purchase and begin moving you in your direction of travel. And that is exactly how you take full advantage of ATRAC. So anyway, what we're doing is we're going up Yankee Boy Basin. I was so enthralled by Yankee Boy last time I came up here. I wanted to do it again, and I wanted to do a video specific to it. Today's going to be a relatively short day. We're going to come up here, take a look around, do a little exploring. I've already packed up half of camp, more than half of camp really. I just got to pack up the tent, and then we're gonna head home.
Woo-wee.
right, let's try locking the rear diff. Man, this is just as incredible as it was. Well, actually, the last time I was here, I didn't get to come down to, I believe this is Wright Lake. And I remember the name because Nathan from CBI, his last name is Wright, and so that obviously had some significance to him. To me, there's something about a lake in the mountains that's just enchanting for some reason. I don't know, you know? Like you think of like a, I don't know, like a mansion right there, like you'd ever have something like that on public land, but it's just, you know, I don't know, something about the water, something about the water. It just, we gravitate, as human beings, we gravitate towards the water and towards the mountains. I don't know what it is. I mean, I guess it's just because it's beautiful. I mean, and amazingly picturesque and scenic. But me having lived, you know, I didn't live on the water, but you know, we lived within anywhere from a quarter mile to a mile from the beach for the last 15 years. And so water just, there's like a, there's something about water. And then a lake in the mountains, it's like the best of both worlds, which is kind of silly though, because you probably never would want to get into this water. This water, I'm sure it's freezing now. I'm sure it's freezing all year long. I'm sure even in the peak of July when it's the hottest it could possibly be up here, I'm sure it's freezing then. Oh, man, 12,203 feet at this very moment. Hey, I just wanted to remind you real quick, since I'm thinking about it, make sure that you go visit our Patreon page. If you're curious about some of the data waypoints, where we camp, the exact routes and trails that we take, I record all of this. Every time we go on a trip, I go into Gaia and I hit the record button and I leave notes and annotations and I take pictures along the way and mark interesting waypoints. And so if you subscribe to our if you support us, I'm so out of breath. If you support us through Patreon, you get access to all that stuff and you can see exactly where we went today. Plus it goes a long way to help kind of support our adventures. Look at this. Isn't this just the most amazingly picturesque place you've ever seen? Oh man. Oh. All right, well, it's time. We got to start heading down the mountain. It's 12 noon. We've got about an hour and 15 up the trail. Should go a little faster down. Some of the trails here, I should note, were a little technical. So if you're not comfortable with a little bit of cross axle, you know, with a high clearance vehicle, stuff like that, and you don't have good tires, I wouldn't try and come up here, you know, unless of course you have experience and you know more about this than I do, which is probably 79 to 88% of you. But yeah, so, man, Yankee Boy Basin continues to amaze and continues not to disappoint. Man. Oh. What do you think this is?
It is?
Huh?
It is a well?
You think it's a well?
No.
There's nothing in it. There's rocks in it. I wonder if, I don't know. I wonder if this can be used as like a campfire if somebody's like, I don't know, it just doesn't really seem like a protected
Dad,
place.
there's a lot in here.
I don't know why you'd have a fire here. I mean, I know you won't have a fire to be warm, but it seems awfully breezy. What do you think it is, Ben? Any guesses? Maybe it used to be a well. What you guys eating?
Chips.
Cheeseburgers? Hey, where are you going?
Car.
Why?
Because
Because why?
we're freezing.
It is pretty darn cold out here.
Hello, pickles.
Hello, peoples.
Bye campsite that we really loved for the last couple of days, other than the fact that you were super, other than the fact that you were, other than the fact that you guys were super, other than the fact that it was super duper windy last night and really, not really so much the night before. Yankee Boy Basin was awesome. Today was awesome. We got packed up just in time because right now it is coming down pretty hard. And it's like these little tiny snowballs, little sleet pellets. And that's kind of what was happening yesterday. And then it like quickly turned into snow. It's about 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
Bye.
We're about 6 hours, 6.5 hours from home. We gotta stop and get a couple of meals, get lunch and dinner. And that's really it for this series. Make sure you're subscribed to us. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Make sure you hit the bell button so that you're notified. Make sure you follow us on Instagram because we let you know obviously when we release new videos there. We have lots of other content. And if you wanted to show some support, it'd be greatly appreciated by heading over to our Patreon page. Link is in the description. And we've got a couple of different tiers where we give you all of our routes, all of our data points, all of our GPX files, like everything. We give you all of this data that we collect in terms of our kind of like trip data. And so if you're ever wondering like, hey, where was that campsite? Or, you know, where was that trail? What did you do? If you support us through Patreon, you get all that. And anyway, you got anything to add?
What?
You got anything to add?
What?
Evelyn, you got anything to add? We'll see you next time, guys.
Ah!